Hey, I'm Logan Talton. This is my self-exploration assignment. For my personal identity, I believe that I would consist of things like a leader, outdoorsman, outgoing, comical, and loyal. 5 adjectives I believe describe me fairly well would be funny, smart, caring, adventurous, and greedy. A few of my strong points are leadership, planning, a positive outlook, sense of adventure, and a sense of humor. Places I believe that I personally fall short would be my temper, procrastination, jealousy, greediness, and I'm very judgmental. I view myself as someone who's very outgoing and adventurous and someone who is helpful and caring towards people. I like for people to think of me as a nice person who can help in any situation imaginable. My values do consist around me making a lot of money, but to be honest, all I really value is my freedom and to go and do as I please, and I want people to see me as a strong, confident person who seems to know it all and done it all. I would prefer a very respected title later on in life, but I think that if I never get that, I'll be okay. I'm a big fan of all freedoms for every type of people, and I also love the idea of everyone being as educated as possible. I'm also a big advocate for taking care of the environment. I believe that it should be number one above all else right now. Right now, I believe I'm living close to my values as I possibly can. I just took off for a week to go on a trip where I was able to fish and do as I pleased, and at the moment, I am also able to help my friends when I'm needed. For instance, I'll be hosting a party this weekend for a friend that's going away. But even now, I still have to skip out on trips because of my job and schooling. Just a few months ago, I had to skip an entire trip because I had to work and do stuff at home. I also missed several gatherings with my friends because I sometimes work late in the night. Recently in my life, it's been hard for me to get many major wins, but I have recently been accepted into the SNEED Cheer program and will be able to get a great scholarship because of it. I will also be starting a job this summer out of state, decking on a friend's boat of mine, and to me, that's going to be one of the greatest accomplishments I have so far. These few things have definitely boosted my confidence in myself as well as the direction of my life is heading at this point. Helps me see that I'm still the same person I always have been and haven't let these past few years change me much. Some of my darkest days have been fairly recently with starting my first year in college and losing a lot of friends and relationships, but I got through most of it by just staying positive and keeping my values close. My parents weren't very affectionate and did not have a lot of personal emotions through my house, but we usually kept to ourselves and asked for help when we needed it. As a result, I'm not a big fan of opening up to people, especially friends, and I always try to fix problems instead of being the problem when it comes to that sort of thing. I like to be the person that people come to with those emotions rather than expressing them myself. I do believe that in certain relationships, showing your true emotions is important, but for right now, I'd rather not be put in that situation. My ideal future self would be someone who is accomplished and respected while still being as wild and free as I am right now. After I'm finished jumping through the hoops, I want to be able to look back and say it was worth it. In the future, I hope that I'm still someone who everyone thinks is able to help in any situation, while still having great stories and adventures to talk about. My biggest struggle is seeing when I should draw the line between work and play because my personality really does pull against itself when I really think about the things I want out of life. I do not know whether I'd be happier living freely and carefree or accomplished and tied down. I think the biggest goals and accomplishments that are missing on my list are starting a family and providing for someone other than myself. But for right now, I truly do not see myself as a settle down, start a family kind of person. I personally believe I will fight against it for as long as I can. Right now, I'm trying to do all that I can to set up my life for the future, but I could definitely put more effort into my schooling. But on the contrary, I think that if I took some time to evaluate myself and tried some different paths, I would see that I would enjoy that more and then go on a different path of my own. In 5 years, I would really like to be very far along in starting my career, and throughout my life, I would like if it just progressively got better. And in my final days, I hope to leave a legacy that will change the world. And I would like for my funeral to be a global tragedy. I would like for my legacy to be so grand that books and documentaries will be made about me, and I want stories to be told about me until the end of time. I want for everyone that has ever known me to have a sense of pride in just being close to me. Thank you.